Bandits, Real Country 105.7.
Welcome back inside Payson Centennial Arena in Okotoks after 2 periods of play. It's the Oilers leading the Brooks Bandits 3-2. Nathan Crosby here with our special guest in the second intermission. That's Bandits skills coach Kevin Yellowaga. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks.
Good Christmas. Good New Year.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yes, it was good. I missed the Bandits a little bit over the break, but I had my own camps going on, and I watched lots of the Max tournament and the World Juniors, so I was still watching hockey, but a good rest and a good break.
That reminds me, congratulations to the Calgary Buffaloes, the first Calgary team to win the Max tournament in quite some time. So, of course, we have some former Buffaloes in the game tonight, including Justin Ross. And did you get to watch the final?
I did. I saw his brother Brendan in there, and just a really talented, well-coached team, and a good tradition and history there as well. You know what we have in Brooks, but the Buffs have this aura about them, and they're certainly, after last year's run going to the TELUS Cup, I think it's hard to repeat, as Brooks would know again too. And here they are. Even though it's the Max and mid-season, this team's ticking on all cylinders. So it was awesome to watch. Moose Jaw, great. Peace Caribou, unbelievable. The Russian team beat Sherwood Park, and Sherwood Park's a good midget AAA team. The Russians beat them 15-0, but it was just unbelievable. Yeah, good hockey.
Who else in Alberta that might challenge the Buffs here?
St. Albert. I watched in a smaller rink St. Albert play Moose Jaw, and it was unbelievable. Moose Jaw scored 2 goals in the last minute to solidify their spot in the finals, but St. Albert could have easily been there. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's focus on what you're doing with the Bandits this year. Of course, for those unfamiliar with what you do with the team, you're the skills coach. You come out every Monday and work with the team. How would you describe the drills and the things that you work on with the team?
Oh, gosh. I love skills, and I love teaching the techniques of hockey and stuff like that, technical aspects. But with the Bandits, when Ryan and I first talked, it was just, again, to give the kids a challenging, creative, and free environment, more reps and sets, and just to fine-tune things and stuff. And I think, the kids challenge me as much as I challenge them, but it's just an environment where they can work on different things, and we're trying to work on range, or it could be shooting off a certain leg, or being in balance more, or fakes and shifts, like with things we did with Cale McCarr and other players. But you're just always studying, and it becomes a little bit collaborative too. But the vision of Ryan was to give them that time, give away from him, to just work on skills once a week, and I've loved it. It's not easy coming up with different things for them every week like that, but boy, are they up for it, and they lap it up, and it's been something I just love to do.
And you've spent time now with a few Bandit teams over the past few seasons. What have you noticed about this year's group compared to some of the other ones you've coached?
Gosh, they all are similar in certain ways. Like some years, I guess earlier on, I was a little more attached because I knew more players, or I worked with some of the players over the summertime. And this group I come into, and it was pretty new to me, and you get just as attached. So what I noticed was, at first I thought, geez, maybe the D need a little more work, but then you see them change right before your eyes too. Like I already see Kuhlman's playing a bit better, but a guy like Japper, he's one of the most skilled big men I've ever seen. He's on the ice like a figure skater, and then you see the talent of Rigo. And you just start to appreciate different things that these kids bring to the table. Some of it very natural and raw, and then some of it like a Pekka and some of these other kids. They're asking questions, and they just want to add more things to their game. So it's just kind of that with the group. Each one of them communicates in different ways. Each one of them wants to be the best. That kind of comes from them and their parents and stuff like that. So I'm lucky. I feel like each group is very similar because the culture we created there, the kids demanded of themselves. I always tell a story. I'll just go on a little bit here, but tell a story. My first Bandits practice, I'm skating around, and it was 1 minute after the practice was supposed to start, and the Bandits are down on one knee at the coach board. I mean, you're a pretty lucky coach when you have the group of kids that want to learn and want to get better like that.
We're big on schedules and times. Even the team's broadcaster better be ready.
It's unbelievable. But I enjoy it. It's collaborative. You see some special kids, and then you see kids like, we had one player from Medicine Hat that played some AA midget. Well, he became our captain and stuff. And how much Perkusic, how much they change is unbelievable. And it's not just, I don't take credit because I'm the skills guy. I'm lucky. But Perkusic and guys like that are on the ice a little bit early or a little bit after, and what they bring to the table just from their own student of the game aspects and stuff like that. These kids are very, very motivated. So it's a lucky role for me.
You mentioned a couple names there. Is there one player you look back maybe this year or in previous years that was a great story, the way he started and the way he finished under your coaching?
I spent the most time early on with Patrick Lee. And for me, Patrick Lee is when we first met him, was a midget AA player again that comes into the league. And I know the skill levels there and stuff. And the Bandits take a chance on him. And he ends up with 50 points in 50-some games in one of the Bandits' runs to the RBC Cup. But those early years, Petrozelli, Paskiruk, because I trained Paskiruk, Dunn, and Mark Logan in the summer, along with Lee, they said, boy, this Coach Kevin, he works hard for us. We've learned a lot. Ryan, I really hope you can just give him a chance. I think it would add to what we have in Brooks. So those early years for me meant the most. There was a culture there that was even extra unbelievable for me. I would bring my young son in the dressing room, and those guys were as polite and kind in every way. So little bit maybe the first years, but I still love all the groups.
Well, I wish we could keep going. We're getting tight for time.
Okay.
Just one final one. Kevin, you were there with us back in November when the team went and watched Kale play at the Saddledome. Your son was there. What was that moment like for you, seeing a former player now in the big leagues?
It's unbelievable because I got to meet Kale in Adam. I was working with his team a little bit. His dad asked me if I could just work with the team. So I saw him there. To see him come in with the Bandits, and you see some development there, and you see a kid again doing pretty neat things in junior, so to speak, and getting a lot of attention. Well, even the 2 to 3 years of college and how he's changed again. So when these people predict kids at 14, 15, man, these ones that you're picking that are peaking at 18 and then go into college and change. That's why I'm so excited to see kids go on to college and continue to develop as a skills guy, because as much as you see in junior, man, he's changed again, and he's just better, quicker, faster all the time. So
excellent. Well, and you played a part in that as well, Kevin. So appreciate your time and keep up the great work.
Well, thank you for having me. I love the broadcast. I don't get to too many live, so this has all the playoff atmosphere here, and enjoying the game. It's just nice to be here live. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is a great crowd tonight here in Okotoks, and it's looking like a great game. It's 3-2 Okotoks after 2. We'll take a quick break and get your out-of-town scores next on Martin Chrysler Bandits Hockey on Real Country 105.7.
We all love driving, but